I decided I didn't want to just leave it without a last word, and so I said, you should be ashamed of yourself. And then they tried to call me through Facebook Messenger. I said, nope, I'm not talking to you.
Are we gonna have a quiz today?
All the days we have quizzes. Every day. You're always being quizzed. I'm always trying to figure out what you know. No, it's not Cap. Not at all Cap.
Are we going to have a paper quiz today?
No. Cheryl. But we are going to go over our homeworks. Hannah, did you do all the problems?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess. You and Ryan, y'all are in trouble. Y'all have got to be in timeout. Oh. Ryan, you seem like you didn't really want to come back to school.
I don't. I've never wanted to come to school.
Okay.
That's rude. I've gotten used to it. He provides teaching to you.
A quality educational experience.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah, like picking on you.
Yeah. We have a lot of things. That's what I feel.
Titans hoops. You would be a basketball player. Ugh. Could be worse. You could be a basketball coach. Anybody's parents a basketball coach in here? Did I just offend anybody?
What?
What? Nothing. Basketball is garbage. That's my opinion. It's not a fact. I mean, can't be a fact.
I like it better than football, though.
You can be wrong. It's fine. Okay. Everyone makes mistakes. That's funny. Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay. No problem.
I always wanted to play football. Why
Always.
is it so dark in here? There's something different.
I know.
How's that feel? Better?
No, close it.
That actually does seem like a difference.
Okay. All right. Number 8. The answers are 6 and -2. Number, excuse me, 10, the answers are 6 and 3. Answers to number 12 are -3 and -4. Answers to 14 is 5 and -3. Answer to 16 is 2.5 and 4. The answer to 8 is 1 and 2.5, and 18, excuse me, is 1 and 2.5. Answer number 20 is 25 and 16. Answer number 22 is 4 and 0. Answer number 24 is 4 and -1. 26 is -1 and 3 and a third. 28 is 12 and -4 and 7/8. And 30 is, A is 285 feet and B is 715 feet. And then for 32A is Y equals 60x plus 16,000. And B is Y equals 80x plus 12,000. And B is 228,000. And then a sample answer for 32C would be when 200 units are shipped, the cost of shipping from factory A is equal to the cost of shipping from factory B. So, what questions do y'all have on those problems?
I got it wrong. Yeah, I did too.
I got no solution.
I got
Okay.
-8 and 12. That's what I got too.
All right, let's see if it's possible that either the key is wrong or y'all are. Let's find out. Sounds like a great day.
Imagine that we get it right and the key doesn't.
That is possible. That does happen.
I think I just got it wrong because I'm different.
Watch us both be wrong and the key is right. That's probably most likely what's going to happen. And I'm fine with that. I accept that.
I accept that. Good for you. Number 12. No, 8.
Idiot. He called you an idiot. He should've.
Don't be a tattletale. Okay.
I was saying it so quiet to where you couldn't hear me.
No.
Yes, I know, that's the point.
God didn't give me these big ears for nothing. Okay. That's the first time I've ever made that joke and nobody said anything. Like, wait, what? Okay. Yeah, I do have big ears.
Yeah, I know.
Mostly they stick out. It's fine. Comes from my mom's side. My sister has big ears too. I don't, though, because they're not like here. Good try, though. Good try, though. There were lots of other things that you could have gone with there, and you just kind of wrecked your own joke. Good job. We're so proud. So number 8 is y plus z equals 4, and y minus z equals 8. So what should we do to solve this problem?
The z's cancel.
So we're just going to go straight for it, right?
Y equals 12.
So these cancel.
Oh, yeah, y equals 12.
2y equals 12. Y plus y is 2y. There we go. Now we found the mistake. Easy peasy.
And then
Y'all got too excited and thought that it was going to be.
6, so it's...
but then you have to divide off by
Yeah, by 2. So y equals 6. And then what would we do?
what did I do?
Substitute it in for y. That's right. So let's go into the first one. Sounds good.
So it's z, so it's 12 negative 2.
So 6 plus z equals 4. Then we subtract the 6. And z equals negative 2. So our answer is 6, negative 2.
I have a question. How do we know which one comes first? If
Do it in
it's
letter.
y?
Do it in letter order.
What?
Letter order would be great.
Y, z, x, y.
Oh, I accidentally took out one of the variables when I rewrote it one time, so that's why I got it wrong.
Gotcha. Good. Good catch. What other questions do y'all have on there? Number 14.
I think I got that one wrong too. No, I think you said it in a different order than I got it. Like you said negative 3, 5, and I got 5, negative 3.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
11f plus 14g equals 13. Excuse me. And 11f plus 10g equals 25. So, what should we do?
Make the bottom negative.
Okay, so we're going to multiply the bottom times negative 1. So I'm going to rewrite the top one.
Write it again.
And all right, the second one is negative 11f minus 10g equals negative 25. Now what?
Now the 11f's cancel.
Merge.
And then we add the other stuff.
So 14g minus 10g is 4g. There you go. Equals negative 12. Then we divide by 4. And we end up with g equals negative 3.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I might have gotten this right.
You already had that epiphany. You better watch it, bud.
Get out.
So if you
I've said shut up to you before on accident, and that was like the weirdest thing that, because you were like, oh, really?
That is not the dumbest things a student has ever said to me
What is?
on accident. And it's not the ugliest thing somebody's ever said to me on purpose.
What's the ugliest?
All kinds of things I couldn't repeat in genteel company.
You called a dog a.
Yeah, that's what they're called. That's how it goes. It's especially if you're a breeder. Okay, so we're going to plug that in and finish it up. Any other questions on this problem? I think we found whoever asked this question's mistake, didn't we?
So whenever we do it and plug it in, does it have to be in the one that wasn't multiplied times the
Nope.
other one?
When you plug it back in, it can be anyone. Good question.
Technically back in, or would you have to plug it in as the negative equation or the regular one?
Either one actually would work.
What? Huh?
Yeah, you could plug if you wanted to plug it in into right here, you could.
But could you plug it into it before it became negative?
You could plug it in right here if you wanted to. Absolutely. It should work. Either any of those.
Oh, then
If it doesn't, then it's not the right answer. Yep, you could plug it into any of those places.
What's 14 times -3? -42.
It'd be 30 plus 12.
I'm doing it right now. I'm going in on my calculator.
-42, so 42 plus 13 is 55. 55 divided by 11 is positive 5.
So it's 5 -3.
Wait, what did we?
Yeah.
I got it right.
Oh, right.
Wrong. What's the weirdest thing someone said to you on accident?
It's probably just inappropriate enough that I'm not going to repeat it. It's not super inappropriate,
Then what's the second?
but a little bit.
The second.
I don't know.
He just pulled out his tier list.
Tier list. Oh, like my tier list, like the ranking of.
Yeah.
I thought when you said tier list, I was thinking like the list of things that caused me to cry.
He doesn't cry.
That's lies.
When was the last time you cried?
I don't know. Probably not too long ago. I don't know. People that say they don't cry have a sad life. Okay. True facts. What other questions do you have on this homework?
Men can't cry.
That's dumb lies. Dumb lies.
Kidding.
Detrimental to society.
Number 32.
Number 32. Which one?
First
All of them?
First one.
A.
Can we do all of them? Because I have a question on all. I just don't understand all of them.
Okay.
I think so. Erase it. What? Erase it.
32A.
Erase it.
We're going to write a system of equations to represent the situation.
I have a question. Yeah.
I'm still listening.
When we have a problem like number 32, do we pick one of the letters or do we do all of them?
All of them. Most of the time they build on one another. So most of the time you couldn't really do C without doing A and B first. Most of the time, not always. What have I done? When did that happen? Did you bite me? Okay,
Flash, I could do it in 3 seconds. That's
terrible.
way too- That's really
Okay, so let's see. Let me kind of vaguely copy down this table so it's useful-ish. I'll copy down the numbers at least. Y'all can look at the headings and stuff. So 386 goes with 39,160. This problem kind of goes back to our linear equation stuff because we're writing two linear equations. So we're looking at slope and y-intercept and all that stuff on these problems.
We're doing a lot of math and science now, and I thank you for teaching me math. Yeah.
Well, good.
But it also sucks to be in science now.
I like it.
Well, math is the language of the physical sciences, so
Math is a language.
Math is fun.
It
You can
is.
actually use it.
here's one that you won't go to. Math is money. Don't even. Quit lying.
Depends on what you do.
You have to know math to do money. You can all you want, but you're lying to yourself.
You're lying to yourself. Stop lying. You stop lying. This is a big table.
Okay. So we have two parts of the situation. These two, I did the thicker line on purpose. Right? We've got factory A over here, and we've got factory B over here, right? So we need to write two equations. One equation for A and one equation for B.
Factories are polluting the air.
And it says in the instructions that these are a linear relationship, which means we don't have, which is good because if it didn't say that, we wouldn't have enough information because we would need at least one more set of points to prove whether it was linear or not and do it. But it says it's linear, so we're good to go. So for a linear equation, what's the two things we need to know? We've done this lots. This is a topic that you need, and it's okay if you don't know it yet. That's always true, right? But I'm telling you right now, and I've said this before, that this is a topic that you need in your brain well. You need to be able right now, not today, not this moment, not necessarily. I hope you have some clue, and I think you will. I think you may surprise yourself in a minute. But as you continue, when I ask the question eventually, you need to be able to tell me what two things you need to know for a linear equation. So let's see if we can tease it out. What two things do we need to know for a linear equation?
It's on a line.
True. Not one of the things I'm looking for, but that is true.
It's 2 points.
2 points to find a line, but still not quite what I'm looking for.
Y-intercept?
We need to know the y-intercept.
And the x-intercept.
No.
No, and we need to know the slope.
And the slope.
That's what I'm.
Oh yeah, why isn't it supposed to be?
Fish. What a fish.
Yeah, it's a Babel fish.
That'd be fish.
I am so excited about secret project number, what is it? Which one is it? It's number 2.
What?
It's going to be so much fun because it takes some inspiration from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That sounds
Project?
lovely.
Is that some TV show on Netflix?
Nope.
Hulu?
Nope.
YouTube?
It's only the number 1 most funded Kickstarter of all time,
Wow.
which happened recently.
Secret Project 2. That sounds menacing. Secret Project 2.
It does.
What is it? Is it just like an actual secret project?
Yeah, kind of.
What is it though?
Something I don't have time for at the moment. Machine?
Secret.
Machine.
The sequel.
Let me see what's happening next door.
I don't hear anything. This is why you yell at me all the time. I don't hear. You can hear.
You know, for 2 questions.
Did you bring food? For me? Yeah, I brought food for me. I brought you birthday food. Oh, really? No. Did you? Did you or not?
Okay, so we need the y-intercept is what I've been trying to write for who knows how long at this point.
Yo, should I close that?
You can if you want to.
What was happening next door?
They were sitting there staring, thinking about what terrible things they have to memorize for that stupid class.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
it's stupid. You just called your class stupid.
Yeah, A&P is stupid. It's terrible.
Or is it the knife class?
No.
Dude, that's so funny to me.
Okay, so we need to know the y-intercept and the slope. We already got the two pieces of the puzzle. So those are the two things that we need to know. So, how are we going to find those things? There's another thing that eventually, at some point, preferably this year, you need to be able to pull these things off the top of your head. If you can't quite yet, it's okay. Again, you need to understand that it's okay that you don't know something now. But eventually, this needs to be able to come to the top of your head. These are things that you must know before moving on and being very successful.
The only thing I can pull off the top of my head is hair.
What was that?
One of those two things I can pull directly from this equation. Which one?
Slope.
Slope. Okay. So I have a formula for slope, don't I? What is the slope formula?
Mx plus b.
That's the slope-intercept formula of the line. That is not the slope formula. It is a true thing and useful, and I am glad that y'all know it. It's very useful.
X1 plus X2.
You're close, but no.
X2 minus X1 over Y1 minus.
You're also close, but no.
X2
Oh,
y.
y.
2 minus y1.
Over X2 minus X1. Oh yeah, because this one is Y over X.
Because this is rise over run, yes. Difference of the y's over the difference of the x's. So for slope A, on this problem,
Oh! We have two slopes.
because we're going to make two whole equations, true facts. Did you see that death stare? That was terrifying.
I'm not terrified of any.
What am I going to put right here?
That's why.
386? No.
How do we know which one is the
39,
X?
39, 60.
I think it is
How does this go? X, Y, or Y, X?
Y over X.
That's not what I'm asking. That's true. But when we're doing points or when we do tables, X, Y, yes. So that's how you know. Now that I've answered that question, what am I going to put right here?
386.
This is definitely not, Y2 is definitely 110% not 386.
41260.
What is that number?
41,000.
Thank you. Good job. I'm so proud.
Disappointment.
41,260.
Minus 3916. I thought that was X1.
XY.
It's minus
Oh.
420.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do. You're just being silly, like you were a few minutes ago.
39.60.
39,160.
Hey. I was waiting for him to ask me what it was.
Obnoxious.
Exactly.
Should call the two of you guys Tweedledee and Tweedledum. No. No, that's just rude. Tweedledee and Tweedledum is not necessarily calling you dumb, even though it sounds like it is.
Oh, what it is?
It is calling you obnoxious. Definitely. Those characters are definitely obnoxious. What's going to go right here?
421.
No. Yeah.
And then right here?
386.
So 41,260 minus 39,160, what we get what?
Okay.
Hold on, guys. I got this.
Aiden's going to beat you.
2,100. Man, come on.
Somebody else agree.
For which one?
The top.
100, yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
That one would have been pretty easy to do in your head, I'm just saying. It's okay though. So what's 421 minus 386?
35.
Somebody else agree?
I did not do that right.
Yeah, 35. Let's go in. We're a team.
What?
35.
I don't want to be a part of this team.
So 2,100 divided by 35 equals what?
60.
60.
60. So MA is 60. So for MB,
Oh. Oh. Okay, I get it.
hence the system of equations lesson, unit, etc. What's going to go right here?
I can't see it.
I can't see it. I used to, a long time ago, probably when I was y'all's age, have a Star Wars calculator. It was a little A-wing.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's funny to me that nowadays nerdy things are cool, but you know, there it is. What's going to go right here? What are you? Do you have a question, Hannah?
2,160.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, because I heard you say so twice. Did you figure out whatever you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going to go right here?
52,160.
Yes.
And then we're going to have 45,200.
Yep.
Wrong. 2.
What's going to go right here?
502.
Yeah.
How do we say that number?
502.
What's going to go right here?
415.
Wrong. 3.
Cabbage. What's 52,160 minus 45,200?
69,000. I'm just kidding. 6,960.
6,960. Somebody else agree?
I have 6,960, yes.
Okay, good. So 502 minus 415.
87.
Somebody else agree?
I agree.
I got 87.
Okay. 6,960 divided by 87.
80.
Somebody else agree?
I am a point right now, baby. Let's go. You are not. Shut up.
80. I agree.
Okay.
Okay. We have.
So we have the two slopes. That's great.
What was it?
Now we need to figure out the y-intercepts.
Oh, wait a minute.
So how are we going to do that? This is another thing that we need to be able to do.
Get into where the slope is. Plug in the slopes.
What do you're in a, yeah, we're going to put them in slope intercept form. That sounds great.
X plus B.
So we know that this one is, so far, is y equals 60 x plus b, right? And we know that this one is y equals 80x plus b. And we need to figure out the b's.
I am running out of paper. I've already put it down.
I did say, I really think that it's my pen that's busted. I should try putting a new battery in and see if that fixes it. But if it is, then that's annoying. I need to spring for a little bit more money and get the rechargeable version of this one.
Now we need to, the multiply by negative to get one of the negative. No?
No, we're not. We can't do that yet because we're not done getting the equations. In a minute, we're gonna solve by elimination. We're headed in that direction in a minute, but we're not quite finished with this yet
What is happening? I don't know. What just happened?
because we gotta get the b's. So how do we get the b's?
So we're gonna have to, which equation are we doing first?
We'll start with this one. Sounds great.
The one on the left? Okay. Are they just the numbers that are up there? Are those the P's?
No.
Bruh.
We need to subtract 60x for both sides.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Does that mean there's another way to go? That would be better.
No, wait. You need to get 60 by itself.
No, we need to get b by itself.
So this is the only thing that I've heard anybody say to do. So this is what we're doing.
I said, wait a minute.
You did, and then I listened to what you said, and you didn't say anything to do. So
You did wait a full minute though.
so I waited a minute and then moved on when you didn't add. Now what? This was a perfectly acceptable way to start, by the way. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, so we just need to just flip it around where the B is on the left.
Okay. Not necessary, but definitely possible.
Oh, I didn't know that was not.
It's fine. Not required, but is something we could do for sure.
And now we did the same thing on this equation.
Let's finish this one first.
We're not finished with it? No, we're not.
It doesn't equal a number yet.
But we have the, it does not.
So what are we going to do?
We're solving for, oh.
We need a B. We don't have a B.
B equals y minus 60.
True, but I need it equal to a number. And I have enough information to do that. What can I do?
Get 60 by itself.
Why?
I have no idea.
We would never be solving for a number. We would always be solving for a variable when we were doing it. So, but I applaud the being a part of the conversation. Good job. So proud.
The B's are not one of those on the table? Not one of
No,
those?
but we do need to use that
I
something.
knew it! That's what I was saying.
No, it's not. We do need to use something from the table.
You plug in 39,160 and then you plug in 386 for x.
That's true. That is what we do.
That's what I said, wait a minute,
And then you got scared and chickened out. I see. Equals, and so we're going to plug something in for y, and we're going to plug something in for x.
I knew it.
What are we going to plug in for y?
39,160.
And what are we going to plug in for x?
386.
386. What?
Oh, I said I was going to try to write that in my tiny parentheses.
Gotcha. So now what? I'm the one that has to worry about that. Don't stress. If we needed less time for this, I would have taken less time for this. We will get through as much of the thing as we need to. I kind of promise. I mean, I could drop dead right now and then, promise will be void, but we don't know the future.
If a student dies,
What is 39,160 minus 60 times 386?
Okay, let's. $16,000. Who agrees with me?
Somebody else agree?
16, I agree.
All right.
To disagree, you're wrong.
160,000.
160,000?
No, 16,000.
That's 16,000.
Oh, right.
Ryan, don't say that. Did you know that if a student dies in class during a test, that everybody passes?
No.
Yeah. Who's taking one? Who's taking
That-
one for the team?
That sometimes is the way a university or something like that will handle it, but that is not, there's no law or anything else. I'm not one of mine, but I'm sure that has happened. That there are all kinds of crazy things that happen. So our equation on the left side is what?
Y
equals 80x plus b, but we need to get.
60x?
No, we already did the 60x.
I'm not done with writing the equation yet.
Oh, we're not.
60x
What? I thought we just got rid of the x.
No, it doesn't go 60x what? What is the rest of the equation, y'all?
16,000.
Thank you.
Okay, now we solve the other equation.
Now you do the same dadgum thing, right?
Minus 80x.
Man, I'm out of paper. I have to flip it over.
You're going to be okay.
You see what you made me do? You know how much I sacrificed? You know how much I sacrificed for this company? I started this company.
B. And then we have to substitute the stuff in.
Yep.
Random, stop. So are we gonna substitute from the B factory?
From the B factory, yes, we are.
Alright, so we plug in for Y, 45,200. And for X we do 415. When's our next test? Right now.
In a couple weeks, probably.
We could just skip that, can't we?
No, that would be unwise.
How many more weeks of class do we have?
Till May something, I don't know. Before my birthday, but I don't know beyond that.
Your birthday?
May 31st.
Happy birthday!
What is 45,200 minus 80 times 415? Somebody else agree?
I'm still writing the problem down.
Well, get with it.
I agree, I just don't know if that's the right.
Well, then do it, Dingelhofer.
Yeah, it's 12,000.
Thank you.
12,000.
1,000%.
So now we have all the information we need to write our second equation.
And we just write the second equation now.
Yeah, and what is it?
It is y equals 80x plus 12,000.
Okay. So now we are told in part, so that's part A. Part A is finished, done. Circle those and A is finished.
Time to move on to part B.
Okay, so part B says solve this with elimination. So the system we're solving is y equals 60x plus 16,000 and y equals 80x plus 12,000.
I know what to do.
Good. What do?
You make the bottom one negative.
We're not there yet, but yeah, we're going to head there.
We need to make it where something can cancel out.
By making the bottom negative.
We need to set this up for elimination first.
Oh shoot.
We need to move these guys over to the other side.
Yeah, so subtract 60 and 80 from both sides.
60x and 80x, right? Nope, it's definitely not.
And then we rewrite them as they're supposed to be.
Yes, we do.
Y minus 60x.
Makes sense. I agree. Wrong. Wrong. Typically. Fake news.
Now
Did you vote for Trump?
Why are you asking me that right now?
Don't bring up politics.
I have never voted for Donald Trump, although if I would have heard one particular argument, I would have voted for him the second time.
So,
But I didn't hear that argument. And so I didn't.
so you voted for Biden?
I did not vote for Biden.
So you just didn't vote?
That particular election, yes, that is what I did.
Is that legal? Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely legal.
Did you vote for Hillary?
I did, because I believed that she would do less harm to the country than he would.
But he made the gas prices go up.
He did a lot of great things as president. And like I said, if I would have heard a argument that somebody made for his second time he ran, I would have voted for him. It wouldn't have made any difference because, I live in Texas. But I would have voted for Donald Trump, the second. That all the damage that he was going to do It's by him running his mouth. He had already done, and it was already over. And so that was not ruining the country. Although one could make the argument that January 6th slightly disproves that argument, but that's debatable. So there it is. What do we do now?
Multiply by -1.
Okay, multiply which one by -1?
The bottom one.
Sure, sounds fine.
So that's gonna be 80x plus 1. No. Negative y. Yeah, you right. Hey.
Because we have y minus 60x.
I get it!
They're getting negative y plus.
He did not make the gas prices go down. That is a lie.
Yes, he did.
No.
He opened up the
No.
Yes,
He did not make gas prices.
Go up right when Biden came.
No, you said he made them go down.
Well, he kept.
You cannot. What you're making is a non-provable argument.
He kept them down for one thing. By opening the.
He may have not hurt the gas prices, and he wasn't the only person involved in that whole thing, too.
Yeah, but it's making Biden sure look bad because now the guy's.
Yeah, it is. It's also not just Biden, although his policies are definitely part of it. Okay, what should we do now?
Do you think he will get reelected?
Biden? I'm not 100% sure he's going to run. But
No, he is. He said he is.
I know, he did. I don't know.
I feel like he will because.
What do we do now?
I was like, he's terrible,
60x
but
and
now he's
80x
gonna have
cancel.
to. I don't want him to be.
60x and 80x do not cancel.
Wise dude.
The Y's do.
Oh, no wonder I got something wrong. Those are the wrong ones.
Negative 60x plus 80x equals what?
20x.
No.
Negative.
No.
Negative 20x. It's 20x.
No. 20x. You said 40.
No, I said 20.
Then you mumbled. Okay. 20x equals 16,000 minus 12,000 is
Oh, no, I'm adding.
4,000. The signs are different. We've got to subtract. Now what?
We divide.
By?
20.
With 200. 200, got it. First, I got it first. We did not have to divide that in calculators. We should have known that. No one said that. Plug it in, people. You have calculators for a reason. What's 60?
Okay, so there's x. Now what do we do?
Plug it in, and the 12 minus 60 equals 16.
So you're saying to plug it in right here. Is that what you're telling me?
I would very much like to do that.
Okay.
Negative 12,000.
Y equals negative 60. No, LOL JK. That's not what you said. Y minus 60 times 200 equals 16,000. If it were me, I would have plugged it into one of these two myself because they're already solved for Y, but it's fine. Not a problem.
What, isn't it 16,000?
Piece of junk thing.
It's 12.
It is.
16,000.
That looks like 16.
Oh, I need to buy some more RAM. It's too expensive right now. So irksome. What's negative 60 times 200?
12,000.
12,000. Yep, that's more or less right.
Negative 12,000. Because the negative.
Y equals 28,000. Wrong. No, what? I don't understand it. What do you mean, what?
Y'all watch too many dumb memes.
You have no idea.
I have some idea.
No, you don't.
The statement is definitely true. And you're saying you have no idea kind of is evidence of the truth of the statement. Okay, so the answer to B would be 228,000.
That's number B.
Okay, the X in this problem represents what? Look at the problem. Open your dadgum book. No, what is the X?
The slope.
Open your book. You literally cannot answer the question without looking at the problem.
The units shift.
The unit shipped. So for part C, this says, so a solution to a system, remember, is when with the two lines cross. So when they're equal, right? And that's what we need to know, we need to remember for part C. So for part C, we would answer that when 200 units are shipped, both of them, what does Y equal? 28, no, not what I'm asking. That's true. It is technically what I asked. What I meant was, what does the Y represent?
The Y?
Yes.
No,
You literally can't answer the question. The total cost. So when 200 units are shipped, both factories have the same total cost of $28,000. And that would be the answer to part C, understanding what it is, which is arguably the most important part of this entire thing as far as your real life and all of those things.
$40 for each thing.
What?
It's $140 for each thing shipped.
Oh yeah, when you at that thing.
That's what I got to. He agrees.
Okay. We're going to start lesson 4. Quite possibly.
Are we going to learn something, Ryan? Yes. Therefore, Aiden, me. Fake news. CNN, fake news.
Machine.
We will win, and we will never be broken.
It's a terrible impersonation.
Kidding.
That's really not a smart thing to keep doing. It's disrespectful, and you know it.
He didn't make the gas prices go down? Not again.
No, he did not.
Were they already down?
They were already fairly low.
Then what made it go really high?
Part of it is the policies that have been put in place. Part of it, despite what Donald Trump might tell you or anybody else, whatever, part of it was COVID. That definitely, to say that had no effect would be foolish at best. Hence one of the reasons why I didn't want to vote for Donald Trump, because he says foolish things. He doesn't always do foolish things, but often he says them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, lesson 4. And I was very concerned that him saying foolish things would get America in some sort of war or something terrible. Didn't turn out to happen. But to say that what he said had zero effect, now, personal choice, other people be involved, there's all kinds of other things, but to say that it had zero effect on January 6th is foolish at best.
But what happened on January 6th? They stormed the Capitol. Oh.
Yeah, a few people did. There were lots of people there, and a few people stormed the castle. The castle.
George!
Yeah, which was a not good thing at all. For sure.
I thought
It was not good. It could have turned out much worse.
What could have happened?
Much more people could have died.
People died?
Yes.
We should have a castle. That'd be cool.
Well, it kind of is a castle. I mean, kind of. I mean, but.
It's a big house. I didn't know people died.
Mm-hmm.
Fake news.
Definitely not fake news. Definitely not a funny joke.
Hey, it's not funny, right?
Elimination using multiplication. My wife is an amazing woman, and she also told me to tell you all that you're all horrible human beings. No, just kidding. She did not say that. She wouldn't say that. I might, but she wouldn't. Okay? No, but what she did tell me to tell y'all, or reminded me that it would be a good idea to tell y'all, is that summer spring intensive registration is open right now. We are offering some math classes and some science classes, both.
Throughout the summer?
They are in June. They start in. Does it start in May or June? The calendar's on the website. It's 3 weeks. It's a full course in 3 weeks. You go 3 days a week. They are called intensives for a reason. They are very fast, and there is a lot of work. You probably shouldn't try to do 2 in one summer. You could theoretically, but if you're trying to do math and science and a job and whatever else, you're probably not going to do well. I would not recommend that. Also, this year we are making a hard and fast rule. We've made it a recommendation in the past, but this year we are saying for sure that you may not miss any days. So if you already have family vacation or whatever else planned, you may not do summer intensive. Because when you miss a day in the summer intensive, it's like you're missing weeks of school. And that's just not good for you. And so we're not doing that.
So do you get like a whole year of science done?
Yes.
So, like, which weeks in June is it?
It's early June. It does not conflict with summer workshop. I can tell you that for sure.
Okay, that's what I
I know that much. Now, beyond that, I can't tell you. But it does not conflict with that, for sure. It also does not conflict with, because this is rather obvious because it's later in the summer, but it does not conflict with Valley Mag either. So it doesn't conflict with either one of those things.
Would I just go there for 3 weeks and then be done with the whole year?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to, pass and do the work. They're not easy. They're not designed to be easy. Because it's a lot of work. You will be doing daily homework in math class and science class too, probably.
Well, math class can't be that hard because it's hard now.
What do you mean it can't be that hard?
Because if we're just doing the same thing that we're doing now.
You're doing it now, but you're doing it in a very short period of time.
It'd be
So like you'll be doing 2 or 3 lessons worth of homework every day.
So it's like
So yeah,
8
it's
for
lots.
32 evens, except you do all.
But, like, what would we take? What do you take in the intensive? Do you, like, retake?
So the classes that I'm offering for math are Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2. I don't remember what Rochelle is offering. Let's look. Let's go to emberlearninglabs.com, shall we?
If she's offering biology, I can take biology.
Well, and you don't, and I don't necessarily recommend this to everyone. And if you're already on track and you're like essentially on quote unquote grade level, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing a summer intensive. I would just wait and do it in the regular year. One thing that you could use, now it's a full course and it costs full amount and all that kind of stuff, and so it may still not be for you, but she's just doing chemistry and physics. But I am of the opinion that you're better off taking the time to do school. In 90% of cases, and probably more, this is my opinion. This is between me, and you got to decide what's best for you. And your parents should be involved in that conversation as well. But for most people, graduating early is not actually a good idea.
Why?
Because you lose out on some of the other benefits of school.
What are those?
Mostly maturation.
What is that word? Oh, maturing?
Yeah.
I know what that word means.
Which is rather important. We don't want a bunch of adult babies. They're out there. We see them all the time.
So, like, let's say I haven't even taken biology yet,
Uh-huh.
can I take chemistry or physics?
You'd have to talk to her for sure about that. You need a certain amount of math. For chemistry, you need to have gone through Algebra 1, I think, and physics. I don't remember what she required. Definitely at least through Algebra 1. She may say, Algebra 2 is her prerequisite. I would say, depending on how good you are at math, and I'd be happy to talk with individuals about this, but I have said before that Algebra 2 can theoretically be a co-requisite for physics, but I don't necessarily recommend that.
What does co-requisite?
Means for some people, And well, co-requisite without this. Co-requisite means you could take it at the same time.
So, do you take a test every week, or do you take one at the end of it all?
You do both. You take multiple tests.
Oh, I was like, what? That sounds. So you just take a test every week. That's what I was saying. Because I knew you're gonna take a test at the end, or is it
Yeah.
just you study for 3 weeks and then?
No, you do both.
So would it be like for the math classes, would we take like, is it like you retake what you took last year, or you want to take something new?
Generally speaking, it's take something new. Now, if you didn't do well in a class, you might retake a class to do. Yeah, so you don't get behind and you get a better grasp of whatever. That is definitely a reason to do it as well. And both are useful. But yeah, that is available. You have been told.
Because then I can just be like, with chemistry and Ryan, that's an awful idea. It's a great idea. No.
For science, depending on what your interests are, it could be a better idea. Now, math, my strong recommendation to all math students, period, is every year of high school, take a math, like a real one, like a real math. Finance, and the example I can give is that